starting right where we are. So in your comfortable seat, start with your eyes closed down. Once you find whatever your comfortable seat is, you'll notice that my legs are straightened this morning. This is because my knees are forever mad at me. So if a comfortable seat means that or some other position, please feel free to find it and take it. And straighten and lengthen your spine so you're going long and tall in your spine. Let your shoulders be soft down your back. Bring your chin parallel to the earth. Soften your face, your neck, and your jaw. And bring your right hand, the top of your right hand, to rest in your lap. The top of your left hand rests in the palm and the fingers of your right hand. And then bring your thumbs to touch together. So that is my very favorite mudra. That is Dhyana Mudra. Dhyana Mudra is great for clarity and concentration. And then once you get all these movements and fidgets in place, begin to tune into your breath pattern. Allowing your inhales to expand out your belly, side bodies. There you have besides your ribs, or underneath of each set of ribs, each side of ribs. And into your chest, and then exhale and release all of those areas back towards your back body. And so we are finding our Zen, tuning into the here and the now. Leaving all of the previous events leading up to this moment in the background. And just gently scooting the upcoming events of the day off to the side. And just gotta quickly say, having this window open behind me here, and knowing that this is a sunrise yoga session, listening to this rooster calling in the background is rather fitting. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can. So as we know, as you guys probably both know, I celebrated my 52nd birthday this past Saturday. And so that inspired me to come up with this theme for our yoga class. I started thinking about being middle-aged, which my body reminds me all the time. So I'm always thinking about being middle-aged. But I started just honing in on really what's important in my life moving forward. And then coming up with the question of what is a meaningful life? And that is the name or the theme for our class this week. Meaningful life. So over your next few breaths, think about what your definition of a meaningful life is. What makes your life the most meaningful? And you can answer with just a simple short word, or you can come up with a group of things or a phrase. Take a full expansive inhale here, in through the nose. Let it rise up into your chest, and then exhale. Release it back down, navel towards the spine. Do that 2 more times. Inhale to expand. Exhale to release. Fullest, deepest inhale, bottom of the belly, rising up through the midsection, landing at the top of the chest. And then exhale to release. Let your navel travel towards your spine. Slowly fluttering your eyes open. So before we start moving, I'm going to do a little demonstration of this next little thing that we're going to do. We're going to practice what's called Mahabandha, and we're going to come into it through breath work. So we're going to do some spinal breathing, which we've done that before. So your inhale, arch your spine, and then your exhale, round your spine. So that's your spinal breathing. We're going to do 3 rounds of 5, and at the end of 5, we're going to practice what's called Mahabandha. So I don't know if you've ever heard of the bandhas, but the bandhas in ancient Hatha Yoga texts are 3 main, so there's 3 smaller energy locks. So the bandha means seal. And so the first one is called the Mula Bandha. That is located around the area of the root chakra. So it's located between your genitals and your anus. You just draw up your perineum, and that helps seal in energy. The second one is the Uddiyana Bandha. That's located in your abdomen. That's my favorite one because it's really good for massaging internal organs, and this time of day is great to practice it because it turns on your digestive system. And then the last one is the Jalandhara Bandha, and that is the throat. That is located in the throat. So they are physically located in areas of the body where we have sphincters. So, and those 3 areas contain sphincters for various different reasons. So when you come into Mahabandha, that is all 3 of them. So you can practice 1 or all 3, 1 or 2 or 3 on your own time. I highly recommend if you do practice early in the morning on your own time when we're not having class, that you definitely practice the Uddiyana Bandha, if none of the rest of them. So Mahabandha being all 3 of them, what we'll do when we come into that last rounding of the spine, you draw through the perineum, you draw up through your abdominal. So pretend that you're pushing your belly button up toward your heart. And then you bring your chin down toward your chest. So you're just kind of hugging everything in. We kind of naturally do that anyway when we do this breath work. But to practice the Mahabandha completely, you're really just going to draw everything up, and you'll just hold it for as long as you can. We don't suspect that that's going to be a real long time. It never is for me. Maybe, a few moments. So, and as we do it, and as you move throughout your day, you'll notice things where the prana, life force, energy is really being directed and moved in such a way that is beneficial. So, with that being said, we'll get started. I always like to do my breath work with my eyes closed. Feel free to keep your eyes open if you need to watch me, or close them down to get the full internal experience. Spine long and straight, shoulders are soft, neck and jaw are soft. As we inhale, we'll draw our palms back towards our torso, arc the spine, face goes up towards the sky. And then exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Palms float forward towards the knees. Inhale to arc the spine, look up high. And then exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale, arc the spine, look up towards the sky. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. 2 more for this round. Inhale, arc the spine, face goes up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. So we're really priming for a Mahabandha. Inhale, arc the spine, look up high. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, draw your belly up towards your heart, and then suck up through your perineum and just hold here for as long as you can. And whenever you're ready to release, we'll come back to a neutral position. And just 3 natural breaths here. So it's not good to rush into the breath work. Once you've practiced this right away, it's good to just stop and take a couple of natural breaths in between. And we'll do 2 more rounds just like that. So placing the palms on the thighs. Shoulders are soft, spine is long. Inhale, arc the spine, shoulders down the back, gaze goes up high. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Palms float forward. Inhale 2, arc the spine, gaze goes up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale, we arc, gaze goes up. Exhale, we round. 2 more here. Inhale, arc the spine, up towards the sky. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale, arc the spine, look up high. Exhale, coming into the Mahabandha. So drawing up through the perineum, belly button goes up towards the heart and chin down towards the chest. And just hold here. And whenever you're ready, release, come back to a neutral position, and just take 3 natural breaths. So you'll notice each time you do this, it gets a little easier. Your body's like, oh, hey, we're doing that again. Kind of like yoga postures. All right, last round. So letting your palms rest on your thighs. Inhale, arc the spine, gaze goes up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale, arc the spine, gaze goes up. Exhale to round. Inhale to arc. Exhale to round. 2 more. Inhale to arc. Exhale to round. Inhale, arc the spine, gaze goes up. Exhale. Mahabandha. So drawing everything up towards center and hold. And whenever you're ready to release, 3 natural breaths and just feel the effects of this little practice we just did in your body. And once you've completed your 3rd breath, flutter your eyes open, and we will meet in a tabletop position. We are not going to stay down low all practice. Time to move. Keeping your block close by. So if you do not have a block, I always recommend grabbing one, but you don't have to. All right, so palms are directly under the shoulders. Knees are directly under the hips, and they are hip distance. Taking a moment to press the 4 corners of the palms into your mat and grip your mat with your finger pads. So we're going to do another little thing called Sufi grinds. So next inhale, you're going to float your torso forward. Exhale, draw a circle with your torso around towards your heels, and then come back to center. Does not matter which direction. Inhale forward, and then exhale, we circle. And making them as deep as your body will allow. So getting nice and deep into the movements. That's not super deep for me because once again, my knees are always mad at me, but that's okay. Inhaling through center and exhale back and around. Inhale through center Exhale back and around. Next time you come in through center, take a breath in and pause. And then exhale, switch directions. So the opposite of what you started with. Take a deep breath in as you float forward. Breath out. Back and around. Maybe you let your head get nice and heavy through these movements. Circling it around as well. Maybe not. Next time you come in through center, take a breath in, breath out. We come back to neutral, tabletop position. Next breath in, we're going to walk our hands forward just a step or so. Breath out, we're going to curl toes and hinge hips and come into our downward facing dog. First downward facing dog of the class. So notice where you may be hanging on to tension here and just breathe into those areas. Perhaps if you're like me, coming into some movement might help to release some of that tension. Maybe shake your head yes and no. Twist your torso side to side. And breathing deep. Coming back to center, back to stillness. Next inhale, we press the earth away. Look up in between your hands. Then as you exhale, walk your feet all the way up to the top of the mat. So big toes can touch or feet can be hip distance. That is always yogi's choice. Next inhale, float your fingertips behind you. Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Exhale, draw your nose down towards your knees to forward fold. Next inhale, reverse swan dive. Arms come out and up. Palms touch up overhead. Tailbone tucks up towards navel. And then exhale, palms land at heart center. Next inhale, float your palms up towards the sky. Separate your hands, shoulder distance here. And then as you exhale, drop your right hand down towards your right hip and just gently lean over towards the right. So see if you can keep your tailbone tucked slightly forward here and your left shoulder behind your left ear. So we're just getting into a nice left side body stretch here. Inhale, reach through the left fingertips. Exhale, see if you can keep your hips squared and lean down a little further. So letting the weight of your right palm, right hand, draw you down towards the earth. Inhale, we meet back in center, all 10 fingertips up towards the sky. Gaze goes up. Exhale, same, other side. So let your left palm fall down. Root your feet down into the earth. Tailbone tucks up towards the navel. Right shoulder behind the right ear. Take a deep breath in. Stretch through your right fingertips. Breath out. Perhaps you lean a little bit more towards the left. Perhaps you don't. Take a full breath in here. And breath out. Next breath in, we rise, all 10 fingers up. Breath out, grab a hold of left wrist with right hand and stagger your left toes. Of course, I have everything in my way here. Stagger your left toes off behind you and bend into your left knee. Let your torso float over to the right. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Press through the bottom of your left palm. Nice deep left side body stretch here. And then exhale to release back to center. Inhale. Fingertips reach high. Tailbone tucks up. Exhale. Grab a hold of right wrist with left hand. And we stagger the right foot off to the left. Torso floats over to the left. Beautiful. Inhale, press into the right palm. Exhale, maybe you bend a little more deeply into that left knee. Let your hips sink low. Take another deep breath in here. Breath out to release. Right big toe meets the left. Breath in, palms touch up overhead this time. Breath out, hinge at the hips and make your way down into a forward fold. Next breath in, hands on the shins. We rise up to a flat back, shoulders down the back. And then exhale, plant your fingertips, step your right toes back, dropping your right knee down to the earth. So we're in a low lunge position. Inhale, fingertips float forward and up, torso stacks over the hips. Gently drag your right hip forward, left hip back. Exhale, goal post your arms, sink your hips down low, and gaze goes up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in here. Breath out, fingertips frame the front foot. Breath in, we're going to straighten our right leg, tops of the shoulder heads down and away from the ears. Breath out, you're going to walk your right palm forward, turn towards the left, and walk your left foot to the middle of your mat. Come onto the knife edge of your right foot, and then sink your hips down low. So not everybody can get their hips all the way down, and that is okay. If you cannot, that is where your block comes in. So perhaps you rest your lovely hips on your block. That gives you a little more space if you need. All right, next breath in, we're going to float the left fingertips up towards the sky. See if you can keep your left knee straight up towards the sky here and flex into your left toes. Breath out to stay. Take a deep breath in. Shoulders are down and away from your ears. And breath out here. Take another breath in. Turn back towards center. Palms plant and breath out. We meet in our downward facing dog. Next breath in, bend the knees. Raise the heels and hips up towards the sky. Breath out, heels and heart. Melt down towards the earth. Chin in toward your chest. Breath in, we float our body forward into our plank pose. Feel free to drop your knees down right away. Exhale, actually, drop knees. Chest and chin, elbows close to the ribs. And then breath in, the entire front side of the body meets the earth. Press into the palms, peel the heart up for your Bhujangasana Cobra pose. Breath out, curl toes, hinge hips for your downward facing dog. Next breath in, we look up in between our hands, tops of the shoulder heads down and away from the ears. Breath out, walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. Next breath in, reverse swan dive. Arms go up towards the sky, fingertips reach up, tuck the tailbone forward, put all of your weight into your left foot and draw your right knee up towards your chest. This is our stork pose. Breath out, see if you can gracefully step those right toes back and keep all 10 fingertips up towards the sky. So we're in a high lunge position. Take a deep breath in right here. Breath out, goal post your arms. Nice bright heart. You ladies look beautiful. Take another deep breath in here. Breath out. We're going to let all 10 fingertips frame the front foot. Straighten the front leg and walk your back foot, your right foot, towards your left one. So we're setting up for our pyramid pose here, and you have a tendency to have more space in your hamstrings the closer your feet are together. So there's no need to go over and above. You can always walk that foot a little more forward if you need. Take a breath in, come into a flat back here, so rise up. Breath out, gently draw your right hip forward, left hip back, and your nose down towards your left knee. Take a full expansive inhale here. And exhale, navel to spine. Next, inhale, gaze comes back up. Walk your fingertips forward. Raise your right leg up behind you. So standing splits position. Breath out, nose down towards the left knee to fold. So, full standing splits here. Take another deep breath in. Breath out, right big toe meets the left. Nose towards the knees to fold. Next breath in, reverse swan dive. Arms come out and up. Palms touch up top. Tailbone tucks up towards the belly button. Breath out. Palms float down and we meet in Samastitihi, hands at heart center. So we're going to do all of that stuff on the other side. Next, breath in, we rise, float the palms up towards the sky. Breath out, we swan dive down, leading with our heart to come into our forward fold. Breath in, hands on the shins. We rise up to a flat back. Shoulders are down the back. Breath out, plant the fingertips, step the left toes back, and drop the left knee down to the earth. And yes, you can always pad the bottom knee with a blanket. Inhale, 2. Float the fingertips up towards the sky. Let the torso meet right over top of the hips. Drag your left hip forward, right hip back. Breath out. Sink the hips down low and goalpost your arms. Take a deep breath in through the nose right here. Breath out. Let your fingertips frame your front foot. Breath in to straighten the back leg, tops of the shoulder heads down and away from the ears. Breath out, walk your left hand slightly forward, and we're going to bring that right foot to the center of the mat and come to sit down as far as you can on your left hip. So once again, keeping a block under that hip might be beneficial. Right knee up towards the sky, shoulders are down the back. Inhale, 2, float your right fingertips up high. Keep your face, neck, and jaw soft. And gaze goes up if you can. Breath out to stay. Breath in, reach a little higher in the left fingertips. Flex into the left toes. So that's the toes of the straightened leg. Beautiful work, ladies. Exhale to stay. Take another deep breath in. And a breath out. Next breath in. Both palms touch the earth. And then breath out, coming forward, that is. Breath out, we meet in our Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Next breath in, float the body forward into your plank pose. Knees can go down and actually drop them this time. As you take a breath out, let your chin and chest also come down to the earth. Breath in, flatten the entire front side of your body. Peel your heart up, pressing into your palms for your Bhujangasana Cobra pose. Breath out, curl toes, hinge hips, downward facing dog. Next breath in, bend the knees, raise the heels and hips up high. Breath out, heels and heart melt down to the earth. Next breath in, press the earth away, look up in between your hands, tops of the shoulder, heads down and away from the ears. Breath out, we walk our feet all the way up to the top of our mat. Big toes can touch or feet can be hip distance. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Arms come out and up. Palms touch up top, tailbone tucks. Exhale, palms land at heart center. All right, so we're going to do all of that stuff again, but we're going to add on and do a few little different things. So, because we're nice and warm now. Palms are pressed together. Inhale, palms rise up towards the sky. Exhale, swan dive down, leading with your heart to come into your forward fold. Next breath in, fingertips float up behind you, shoulders down the back. Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Breath out, fingertips plant, step the right toes back and drop the right knee down to the earth. Next breath in, float the fingertips forward and up towards the sky. Torso stacks over the hips. Right hip forward, left hip back. So that's a subtle movement. Breath out, sink the hips down low and bend the elbows. So goalpoasting your arms. Take a deep breath in here. Breath out, let your fingertips frame your front foot. Breath in, we straighten the back leg. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Breath out, see if this time when you walk your right palm forward and bring your left foot halfway back, see if you can keep your hips up. That's always fun. So your left knee should be parallel with your hips. See if you can really draw that right hip up towards the left one. Next, inhale, tailbone is tucked towards the navel. Draw your left fingertips up towards the sky. Beautiful work, ladies. Exhale, sink your hips down towards the earth, but don't let them touch if you can help it. And your left palm floats down behind you. 2 more like that. Pressing into the knife edge of the right foot. Inhale, raise the hips. Exhale, sink them down low. Beautiful. 1 more if you can. If you can't, that's okay. Inhale, raise your hips and your left fingertips up. Exhale, sink the hips down low. Next, inhale, thank God. We're going to plant our palms and then exhale. We land in our downward facing dog. You guys did great. That is not easy. Next, inhale, roll your body forward into your plank pose. Exhale, if you haven't already, lower knees. And then chest and chin, elbows close to the ribs. Inhale, flatten the entire front side of the body. Press into the palms, peel the heart up for your Bhujangasana Cobra pose. Exhale, curl toes, hinge hips for your downward facing dog. Next, inhale, heels raise, knees bend, hips go up high. Pressing firmly into the 4 corners of the palms, grip your mat with your finger pads. Exhale, heels and heart melt down to the earth. Next, inhale, press the earth away, look up in between your hands, tops of the shoulder heads down and away from the ears. And then exhale, breath out, walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Big toes actually touch this time. Inhale, sweep your arms behind you, let your fingertips rise, bend the knees. Exhale, we have a seat in our chair pose, Utkatasana. Beautiful work, ladies. Take a deep breath in here, stretch through your fingertips. And exhale. Next, inhale, pressing firmly into the left foot, straightening the left leg. Right knee goes up towards the chest. So coming into that stork pose once again. Exhale, step the right toes back and sink the hips down low. Goalpost the arms. Take a deep breath in here. And breath out. Next breath in, we make our way into our Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2 posture. So turning those right toes to face the long edge of the mat. Breath out, bend deeply in to your left knee. Take a deep breath in through the nose right here. Breath out, sink a little deeper into that left knee. Ladies look beautiful behind me. Take a deep breath in, straighten the left leg. Let the left hand drop down towards the left leg or a block. So you can always drop your hand down to your block here. We are making our way to our Trikonasana triangle pose. Breath out, tuck your tailbone forward, shrug your shoulders down your back. Take a deep breath in through the nose, reach high through the fingertips. Breath out, sweep the right arm down and around, and all 10 toes face the long edge